Hey everybody, this is Ash for the Triple S League with a quick primer on crafting bone charms in Dishonored 2. So, my first couple of playthroughs, I didn't even look at the bone charm crafting, and then on one of my later playthroughs I did, and I was like, wow, why didn't I do this before? So, here's a quick primer on how and why you want to craft bone charms. First of all, you need the power, bone charm crafting. You need to buy this power with some runes. And I recommend upgrading it at least to the 3rd tier. So this is the base here, Bone Charm Crafting. That lets you craft bone charms. Then there's Witch Crafting, Trait Synergy, and Master Crafting. When you put all those 3 together, you can craft bone charms with up to 4 traits with a very low chance of corruption. This final upgrade, Craft Runes, it allows you to both craft runes using whalebone, and it also allows you to scrap runes for extra whalebone if you need some. Now, I did pick this up, but I never used it. There is so much whalebone to pick up in the game, and there's also you get some anytime you sacrifice a rune, which I'll show you in a minute here. Alright, so under your bone charms menu, you'll see there's 2 options. You can equip bone charms here on the left, or you can craft bone charms here on the right. Now, before you can craft a bone charm, you need to learn some traits. And you learn traits by sacrificing bone charms that you find in the game. So, for example, I have this bone charm here, Lucky Needle, it gives you a slight chance to recover sleep darts. And if you look over here on the right, sacrifice results. That tells me if I sacrifice this bone charm, I will learn this trait. I'll learn this trait and also get 1 whalebone. So we're going to do that. I'm going to sacrifice that bone charm. Now, you can only learn traits from ordinary bone charms. You can sacrifice any bone charm, and black bone charms will give you 4 raw whalebone. So those are good to sacrifice if it's something you're not going to use, like let's see here. Void Armor. I never use Void Armor, so I'm going to sacrifice that one. Get myself 4 whalebone if I need it. And then you can sacrifice corrupt bone charms as well, but you cannot learn the traits from them. Now you can craft bone charms with either 2, 3, or 4 traits connected to them. And a trait is just a positive effect that the bone charm gives you, right? So the ordinary bone charms that you pick up, they have 1 trait. The corrupt bone charms have 2 traits. They have 1 positive trait and 1 negative trait. So when you craft a bone charm with 4 traits, which I recommend, I mean, why go less than that, right? They do cost a little bit extra. Like you can see a 3 trait bone charm costs 4, if you look down here. And a 4 trait bone charm costs 6, but as you can see, I mean, I've got no shortage of whalebone, and if you're sacrificing bone charms that you don't need, and if you're grabbing whalebone wherever you can find it, you're not gonna have any shortage of whalebone. So I'm gonna craft a bone charm with 4 traits. Now, what I typically do is I'll attach 4 of the same trait onto the same bone charm, and the effects actually stack. So say I wanted to use this one, Strong Arms. I choke enemies unconscious slightly faster. Okay, so I attach that trait to one of the prongs on the bone charm, and then I attach it again. Well, now I'm going to choke enemies out even faster than that. And, basically, now it's basically times 4, right? Strong Arms. So I'm going to be able to choke out enemies really fast. Now, even with fully upgraded bone charm crafting, there's still a low chance of corruption for a 4 trait bone charm. Now, what that does is it'll add 1 negative trait on top of whichever 4 traits you attach to this bone charm. But the chance is very low. I've crafted probably a dozen bone charms, and I think 2 of them corrupted. So that's somewhere between a 10 and 20% chance based on that. Hard to say exactly. Anyway, once you're ready to go, you just hold your space bar, and it'll craft the bone charm for you, and you just wait in agonizing suspense to see if it's going to corrupt. Okay, so this one did not corrupt. I'll show you one of my corrupted bone charms just to give you an idea of the type of negative traits. If I can find it here. Oh yeah, here it is. It's this reddish one here. So my trait that I used for this one was Whirlwind. So my sword attack is really fast. And the negative trait is that my grenades explode much sooner, which really, that's not that bad. That, in fact, I actually consider that to be an advantage. Gives your enemies less chance to react to your grenades. But, oh well, you know, whatever. They call it a negative trait. So, anyway, just to give you an idea of what these bone charms can do for you. As you can see, my sword attack is crazy fast. I also have a bone charm that makes my sliding speed much faster. So, I can slide into enemies and just, yeah, take them down really fast. Let's see, what else do I have here? I've got one that's uses healthy appetite, so food restores much more health. So each piece of food I eat restores a significant amount of health. Not as much as a health elixir. It's about, I'd say, about a third of what a health elixir would restore. But usually you find food in bunches, so you eat 3 pieces of food. Well, you've restored as much health as a health elixir, and you can save your elixirs for when you're you know, in combat or something like that. Relocation sickness. This one's awesome because it makes witches stumble when they teleport, and so I have witches falling all over the place. It really makes fighting them a lot easier, and I'm playing on very hard difficulty, so it's certainly assisted there. Void favor. Sometimes supernatural powers consume no mana. This one, I don't know how much it actually helps because I rarely run out of mana. Swift shadow. Okay, so movement is slightly faster in stealth mode, so I move really fast in stealth mode. That's my sliding speed one. My bullets inflict a lot more damage, so basically it's all one-shot kills with my gun, with this pistol. Deep Grave. This one was really helpful. Slight chance that gravehounds are destroyed upon spawning, but that slight chance is compounded 4 times. It seemed like most of the gravehounds that I came across would just pop like a balloon instead of actually spawning, so that was very helpful. Now I do have the upgrade that allows me to craft and sacrifice runes, so if you want some extra runes to upgrade some powers, you can craft one for 9 whalebone. Or if you've got extra runes that you don't need, you can sacrifice them for 8 whalebones. So there you go. Hope this helps on your next playthrough of Dishonored 2, and thanks so much for watching.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us out a ton when you do that. Check out this video. It's one of our favorite things that we've done so far on our channel. And here's some more stuff you might like. See the description below for links to our Sugar Bomb forum and our mods on Nexus Mods.